Inspector, come quick!
The next morning, as I was putting my clothes on, I heard the housekeeper cry for help. I ran in the direction of the screaming to come into a guest room. The housekeeper was standing over a maid, looking horrified. I recognised the maid, Annie. She was crouched on the floor and had gone completely pale. Her eyes were wide with alarm and fright. She had just crouched there, shaking as though something terrible had just happened. I knelt down in front of her. She showed no signs of acknowledging me. I couldn't understand what was happening.
What is the meaning of this, Laura?
I'm sorry, sir. I just found her this morning. I didn't know what to do.
I've just heard the screaming. Belle and I came as soon as we heard it.
Annie, are you all right? Dear Lord, she's so cold.
Someone go fetch the doctor. No offence, Inspector, but I don't think your talents are needed here.
The inspector is also a doctor. Let him do his work.
I looked at the girl. She was breathing heavily without stop. I took her other hand as Belle held her other one. Something very strange had happened. Just breathe, poor girl. Look at me and breathe. You don't need to be scared. We're here now. Nothing is going to happen to you, what with us here.
Inspector, I saw her.
Take your time. What did you see? Shh. Just tell me. I'm here to help you.
I came in last night to finish sweeping the fireplace. The window started rattling in the wind. I went to go and look at it, and then I saw her.
Saw who?
I got up from the fireplace and walked to the window to close it. Over near the church, a white figure was sort of floating out from the graveyard. She never saw me. She turned away from the house and started heading up the hill, and then she stopped next to the well. Then she climbed over the top and lowered herself into it.
Laura, take this girl to her bed and see that she gets something warm to drink.
Of course, sir.
Take it slowly, Annie.
You don't believe this, do you?
Did she know the story that your mother told us last night?
Very similar indeed.
Don't be absurd. There are no such thing as ghosts. I don't know what's happened to that girl, but she is talking nonsense.
Father, she has been with us from a young age. She has never done anything like this before.
That is why I'm confused. But I don't believe that she saw a ghost. She can't have.
It does match what your mother said.
Perhaps Mother said something to the servant that told her. Remember, when we had dinner last night, Alfred was in the room. He could have said something to her or to another servant who told Annie.
Then we'll ask them. Inspector, what do you think?
Go and find out if any of these stories were told to Annie. When we find out, we'll take it from there.
I hope the poor girl recovers.
Seems very strange, I must say.
Inspector, please tell me that you do not believe that she saw a ghost. You're a serious man who solves some of the biggest murder cases in London, not someone that looks into ghost stories.
I mean it, James. I believe that woman when she told me she's seen a ghost. There are things that sometimes just can't be explained, not even by some of the greatest minds.
I think there are things that can be explained, but there must be something behind them. There can't be nothing, and it can't be the ghosts. Hello, girl. Would you like to throw that stick at the time?
Of course. Is that Belle and Tom over there?
Ah, yes, fine. Young man, isn't he?
He seems to be. How do you know him?
I bought a few racehorses from his parents. Tom seemed to be a respectful young man, so I introduced him to Belle.
Ah, indeed. That seems like a good way for you to find your daughter a match, through horses.
Ah, ha, ha, ha. Oh, I love horses, and he's grown up with them around him. Although he doesn't really seem to know how to ride.
Neither do you. They just had a business. He probably never took the time to learn how to ride. What is it that he does?
He's in business with his parents. You'd be amazed at the amounts he inherits. Belle would be living like a duchess.
And she likes him?
Of course she likes him. I would never marry her to someone that she didn't want to marry. What kind of father would I be?
Indeed. Tom seems to really like her. I think it could end out quite well for them.
What a shame. The day started off so nicely.
We'd better go back in.